guys, so it's time for our Q&A of the week. It's going up a day late, but it is going up. So let's get started. And as well, if you want to have me answer questions in next week's Q&A, which will be this Saturday, I will try to make sure it'll be up on Saturday this week. Make sure to leave them down below and be creative. And yeah, let's get started. Who are your top 5 favorite video game characters? This always probably changes depending on what games I'm currently playing or games I've completed up until a point. But at this point, I thought about this list. Number 5 would be Jigglypuff, because I am Jigglypuff. Number 4 is Yuri from Tales of Vesperia, and I'm not exactly sure why how to explain why I like him so much, but as a character, you know, you could see him as an outlaw. I can see, you know, in the game how everybody will view him as this outlaw going against the government or whatever, but essentially he does it because he does what's right. He was supposed to be a part of the Knights in the game. This is a game where it kind of takes back, it's not like a current time, but anyway, he joined the Knights, but he essentially dropped out of doing that because he didn't see that as the way for him to go about doing good in the world and making things better for all the less fortunate people in the town. And he essentially goes on this quest and does things that are against the law, but it is for a good reason. So that's why I like him. And he does it not out of the kindness, he does it out of the kindness of his heart. He doesn't do it he's been offered money in the game multiple times, thank you for your good deed. He's like, I don't want your money, I'm not doing this for money, essentially. So that's why I really like him as a character. Number 3, Bayonetta. Oh my gosh, I'm currently 6 hours into Bayonetta 2, 6 or 7 hours. I have beat the first Bayonetta on the Wii U. So I just don't know why I love her, but she is such a badass. She's a badass, and she is confident, she is upfront, she is funny, witty, and she is comfortable with herself as a dominant female, and as with herself, she's just a dominant, comfortable person with herself, and you know, she doesn't take any crap from anyone. She gets what she wants, and yeah, that's why I like her. I really like her. Number 3 is Kyoko Kaguri from Danganronpa, and she is in the second game, but essentially in the main game, the first game, is where I fell in love with her. I fell in love with her in the anime, and then I ended up playing the game, but definitely highly recommend the Danganronpa games, 1 and 2, and really happy that another episode has been finally announced to be localized later this year. So yeah, but she is a very calm, cool, collective person, rational thinking. Just her attitude and the fact that she is very rational when it comes to thinking and making decisions in the game, not based on feeling, but rational thought of what's logical or not. She really does, I believe, care about, not only she wanted to find out the mystery of the school, but she did want to, along the way, make sure she could save everybody and try to help everyone out and just keep everyone safe. At least that's what I believe. So that's why I really enjoy her as a character. And number 1 is Link. And I really have no other explanation. It's just that I love the Legend of Zelda series. I love Link. I met my boyfriend as Link. So, the first time I ever saw him, he was just as Link. So that's why I just have this strong connection with Link, essentially. But, I mean, I do love the Legend of Zelda games. I love Link as a character. How did you start collecting, and what consoles do you mainly collect for? Why I started collecting was in my last Q&A about the GameCube era. Starting of the Wii era, too. But I mainly collect for Nintendo. I am branching out into other games and franchises, like Final Fantasy, other Tales of series games, games on the PlayStation and the Xbox. Well, mostly I got the Xbox 360 so I could play Tales of Vesperia, which I'm in love with. But one reason why I kind of want to collect all games, because I don't believe in having your allegiance to one console. I don't really think that's a smart thing to do, and I don't mean by the fact that you only want to play Nintendo games because that's your favorite console and your favorite publisher. By all means, let that be fine, you know, do what's good for you. But I mean the allegiance where you go on the internet making death threats at people that have a different opinion than you over a video game. That's the kind of console allegiance that I'm just yeah, I'm staying away from that, stay away from me, just, yeah. So I do want to collect for all things, but mostly I do Nintendo right now, because that's where my main loyalty lies. but I'm very open to giving other franchises that I haven't tested a try. If I could go back and start collecting for any console, I would definitely start in the N64 era when my parents did start introducing me to video games by getting me the N64 and everything. Because then I would be able, I have like all my N64 games from like when I was a kid, but like my only N64 boxes I have are ones that I bought within the past 2 years, like on eBay or at yard sales or whatever. I really, really want to kick myself in the face I really want to just yell at my 8-year-old self for ever throwing away my boxes and all that for my video games, because I love collecting the boxes and having everything complete. I'm such a completionist when it comes to my video games, and I hate myself so much for that when I like threw away boxes and stuff. But of course, I was a kid. You know, I was stupid. I didn't know I was going to be like this when I was older. So that's one reason why I would go back in that time to start collecting again. What's your favorite Amiibo? In terms of, I think, design and like how high quality the Amiibo looks itself, I'll do a top 3 for that. I choose Pit, Rosalina, and where are you? Ike. So yeah, these are like definitely my top favorite 3 in terms of like design and how well made they look and their paint jobs, and just they're beautiful, I think. What are my top 5 Mario games so far from what I've played and completed, at least the main story? Number 5 would be Super Mario 64. Number 4 is Super Mario Galaxy 2, and I put that below, I don't know, like a lot of people thought that Super Mario Galaxy 2 was better than the first one. I personally liked the first one more. I've completed that one like 100%. Multiple times actually, and Super Mario Galaxy 2, I'm only 1 star away from 100%ing it, and it's that last dang star that you can't get hit once or you're dead, and I just get so frustrated with it. I'm just having the hardest time for years trying to complete that still. So I still have yet to complete that game, but that's why I guess I put it below at number 4, and it's not like I'm being a bad player. I don't want to say that, or like, it's just, I'm just having a hard time with that level, and I just personally enjoyed the first one more. That's, you know, just me, personal preference. Number 3 is Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U. Gorgeous, gorgeous art style, graphics. The gameplay with Mario as a kitty, as silly as it sounds, I enjoyed it a lot, and some of the levels were very, very creative, and it still had that Super Mario Galaxy feel a little bit to it for some of the levels, so that's why I really loved it. Super Mario Sunshine is my number 2. I feel it's a highly underrated Mario game. Like, a lot of people didn't like the addition of FLUDD or something, but if you think about it, a lot of the levels were quite challenging. I've only beat the main story. I have still yet to 100% complete it, but I absolutely love that game. And my number 1 would be the original Super Mario Galaxy, and I really, really wish that with the release of the Wii titles on the Virtual Console, or, you know, on the eShop, I really wish they would have been updated, but they're like exact ports, so that's why I didn't repurchase it, because I already have my Super Mario Galaxy here on my shelf. I don't need to rebuy it at the same quality if it's not upscaled or anything, so maybe it'd be cool if they had a digital, like a HD collection for the first 2, and then maybe after that, like, it's the announcement of Super Mario Galaxy 3. I would not oppose a Super Mario Galaxy 3. How has my experience been with the Xbox One? An overview of it is that I think it is a good system. I personally have enjoyed it. I guess moreover, it depends on where most of your friends are playing. The big reason why I got it was for Sunset Overdrive, and like, I was dying. Like, I wanted to get the white PS4, or not the white PS4. My boyfriend has that. I wanted to get the white Xbox One with Sunset Overdrive, but that sold out before Black Friday. So I was able to get an Xbox One on Black Friday for straight up $300. A manager did a special override because of a sale discount for me, which was really, really nice. And then I was able to pick up the Kinect for it for $32 out of my own pocket when Chris and I like went half and half at a used game store, and it works like a charm. And like, the one stigma, like, when people say, oh, don't get the spy box, blah, 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 they're always watching you, Big Brother watching you, I just want to say, you gotta find a better argument than that, because if you want to use that argument, They can look at us through our phones, on our smartphones, on the webcams, anywhere that has an internet connection and a camera, not just an Xbox One console. So there's an end to that argument, at least I hope. I think I'm being logical when it comes to that. But it's kind of fun to poke fun at it, whatever. So that's one reason why I like it. Just Dance is I love doing that. It's very accurate, the Xbox One Connect. And personally for me, I enjoy the interface. I like having like squares and things all in the middle of the screen. I prefer it over the PS4 because maybe, like, I understand why people like the linear, like the top line on their screens. It works good, but just personal preference, I like having things on the screen. It's like filling up a shelf, in my opinion, and I like having like filled shelves and collecting, so that's why I like having things on the screen. So I do like the interface over the PS4. And I understand people like, oh, the Xbox One can't get 1080p or something and better gameplay on the PS4. If you're getting a console, the graphics, like the absolute best graphics, yeah, there's a point where we want it to look nice, but if you're going to complain over every little frame per second and every little P, then just get a gaming PC for your multi-platform games. So I would recommend it if it's where your friends are playing and if it stays at that $350 price point. Also, like, there's a bunch of deals like going out for, like, you get a free game or extra controller, or you get so and so amount off of your Xbox Live membership. So I do recommend it if you're looking into it. I've enjoyed it so far. I really don't have any complaints other than, like, I don't have many of my friends on the Xbox, but I really wanted to get it for Sunset Overdrive. So I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I don't regret purchasing it. So that is this week's Q&A. It's a day late, but you know what? I will try to be on time for it this Saturday, and if you want me to answer a question, reminding you, leave it in the comments down below. Also, make sure to help this video out, give it a like, maybe a share. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. It'll let you know when I upload new videos. Also, the social media in the description, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, check those out there so you can be updated with me at any time I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you for our next video. Bye!